welcome to Student Branding TV. I'm Derek Merdinian, and right now I'm joined with a special woman who has 3 startups under her belt already, the latest of which is mywebu.com, a place where you can manage all your online identities from one place. And we'll talk about how this relates to your personal brand in just a little bit, but first I want to introduce the woman who has done all of this before her first semester of college. Everybody welcome Diane Keng. Diane, how are you doing?
Great. Thank you for inviting me here today.
So to get things going, tell people about yourself, tell us about your personal brand and your whole story of going through the startups to where you are today.
Well, I actually in middle school never actually ever wanted to be in the business sector. And what happened in 9th grade was, like every other freshman on campus, I joined 15 different clubs hoping that one of them would actually match me. And that's when I was able to find the DECA organization, which is an association of marketing students. So what they did was they taught me how to write business plans, conduct market research, do a lot of promo mixes, SEO campaigns, things like that. And from there, I actually founded my first company. And both my first and second companies are pretty cookie-cutter companies. But what made them unique was the marketing aspect of it. So in this case, my very first company was a t-shirt business, but my marketing technique was a lot different than what the other t-shirt businesses out there were. I attacked the people in my school and was able to get deals that way. From there, I made my first business mistake, which is not factoring all of the different costs. Of course, first lesson there. Second business was a market research firm. And what that entailed was I was in a class called Principles of Marketing, and a couple friends and I actually decided that we were going to form this market research firm together. Because what happened was we watched this video about these companies always doing market research on teenage trends. And these companies would pay top dollars to get these market research. But us being teenagers, who could understand teenagers more than us, right? So we knew who the trendsetters were. We knew what questions to ask. And we definitely knew how to get the answers without having the students, give us BS answers. So from there, we learned about time management. And at the end, we gave that up because of what every high school teenager needs to do, the SATs, AP testing, finals, right? You know
all the fun stuff,
about.
all the fun stuff.
So, of course, that fell through, but that's what we learned about time management. And I think the biggest thing that we learned, that I personally learned through high school, is that everyone's going to make mistakes sometime in their life. So why not make them when you're young and you're still depending on your parents and living at home, then when you yourself have a family and have all these other people depending on you, failing then will be a lot tougher than failing now.
Tell us a little bit about how your personal brand, about how being such an entrepreneurial young person, doing all the unique things that you have done has helped set you out, particularly in your college search. I know as an entrepreneur you're not exactly looking for a job, but you are a standout candidate because you're doing things that people aren't really doing. So can you sort of touch on that and tell us where you're going from there?
It's definitely about thinking more unique and going after the things that you love. Because if you do something that you love, you will push yourself to go over and beyond. But if you're just doing something for the heck of doing it, thinking, maybe in the future you'll like it, that's where you're not going to be excelling as far as you should be. So in college, I will still be working with mywebu, but on the other hand, I don't plan on being in the entrepreneur scene my whole life. In the future, I plan on maybe working for a larger corporation to try that out. Currently, I'm also doing a bit of motivational speaking on the side to try that out. In the future, I plan on maybe going into investing or maybe even working with an entrepreneur with another new startup, maybe in the later stages. But you never know where life's going to take you. So it's really about just going after the things you love and seeing how far that takes you.
So tell us a little bit about how you balanced all of this stuff with your social life. How did you make that happen? Because a lot of people, when they hear about building your personal brand, they think you have to do something phenomenal. And yeah, it helps, but you don't always have to do it. But for the people who really want to push themselves and do something amazing, how have you managed to do everything and still, connect with your social circles?
Definitely time management. We hear that a lot, but it's always easier said than done. So personally, I know that I work the best in the morning, and so I tend to wake up earlier and try and finish all of my work things during that time. And most of my friends don't wake up until 12 or 1 anyways. So that's what really helps, is that I could actually finish everything in the morning, in the afternoon, meet up with them, hang out, do everything an 18-year-old girl should be doing. And at night, I just go back and finish up some work, and I still get 7 or 8 hours of sleep a night. Sleep is always really, really important because here's a funny philosophy. If you decide not to sleep, what happens is you work slower throughout the day. So by working slower, you end up with less sleep. So you kind of get what I'm going with this, right? In the end, less sleep doesn't help in any way. Just because you have more time to do something doesn't mean that you're going to be doing your best on that thing.
Right. So tell us a little bit about how our generation can use MyWebU to manage their personal brand online. The digital component of a personal brand is becoming much more important these days. And tell us, a little bit about how you can help us out, how you can save us some time.
So at MyWebU, we are a cloud-based collaborative personal content manager. So what that means is, in this time and age, we all have so much content located all across different social networks, as well as different sources like our laptops, computers, desktops, as well as collaborated data like Google Docs that you've worked with others. And so in this case, it's been really, really tough to manage everything, as well as assign in to all the different social networks. So for the students who have multiple Facebook accounts, we are here to help you out with that. So in this case, your professional account as well as your personal account can both be added as a social Facebook bin on the web top. You can manage both from one place instead of having to sign out and sign back in. But at MyWebU, what we've done is we've created this bin concept. And the whole concept of the bin is that now you can put anything you want into these bins and organize it the way you want. So it's really customizable. We support all types of data now. So we support, bookmarks, sticky notes, pictures, videos, music, a whole ton of information. So really bring that next level of depth in your content. And in this case, we've divided it into 2 different types of bins. We have the personal bins, where it is a 1 gig storage of, you can put whatever you want in there. So for the students out there, you can create a family bin and a friends bin. So within that, let's say you go camping and you probably did something you shouldn't have done and you took pictures, you wouldn't have to share those pictures with your parents, right? So put the good pictures in the family bin and put your regular friend pictures in your friend bin. So each of the different social bins are different in the aspect of, it depends on what each bin does. So Twitter, of course, is only status. You wouldn't be able to upload pictures into that. But if you are using the Facebook bin, you can upload pictures, create folders, you can do status updates. But on the blogger one, of course, it will be different. You'll be creating articles for your blog posts. So they're all different. They all have this back-end intelligence that can determine what each of the different bins are about. So if you want to just see pictures from Facebook, yep, you can sign on to MyWeb. Oh.
It's all good.
Oh, that was Steven, everybody.
Oh.
That was the co-founder.
There's the co-founder right there. This is a family business.
It is. This is actually the downstairs study room, I would say. Study room / guest room,
right.
Which I've converted to make it look like an office.
Yeah, it looks real from here.
Yeah, so I'm not recording from the garage.
Yeah, there we go. Excellent. Thank you very much, Diane, for talking with us. Again, this was Diane Keng from mywebu.com. If you want any more information on personal branding, you can send us an email at studentbrandingtv@gmail.com or visit studentbranding.com. And if you have any special requests for interview guests on upcoming episodes of Student Branding TV, again, send us an email at studentbrandingtv@gmail.com.